My still not on. All right, I'm here. There we go.
All right, let me unpin myself, remove the pin. Hey, Jason. Welcome. Welcome back. We already been on the show. So, my first question to you, I know like we work in the past, and you were my client who actually also get double, right? Two for one career legacy and launched that offer like business coaching, and we were working one on one. So,
Mhm.
uh, can you can you tell me like what inspired you to like really start working together? What about the program? What about me, or maybe like a content that inspired you to join the program and
Yeah.
actually commit to for one offer?
I would say probably three things, three major things. One, you're really active and you're really keen on marketing, which as a developer, sometimes we could struggle with marketing, right? So I really liked how you basically how you market. Like I wanted to like kind of learn more and see how you did that. The second thing as well is you had also done quite a bit of coaching programs yourself, like you've been a part of many. So I kind of saw that you were serious and like that. I kind of assumed too that you had taken knowledge from those programs, right? And I could learn something, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was the second thing. And the third thing was kind of being able to do the coaching and the career was pretty helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like also uh I remember us talking. I said, hey, like you decided to enroll into for one. So like don't struggle. Like even when you I remember when you just enrolled, you were looking for your like a contract gig, right? And literally like you asked me like, well, like what do I do with my LinkedIn, or well, I don't know, like resume, and I got
Oh
I
yeah,
got
guys.
you immediate access to that. So, um, but I'm also curious because like you had an incredible journey because really watching you in 3 months, starting from low ticket course for iOS developers to really building your high ticket coaching program, landing your client. Like that was quite a transformation because I know some coaches are struggling for a year, 2 or 3 years without landing really high paying clients. So can you walk us through your transformation, because this is really incredible. Like this is really really incredible, and so
Mhm.
many business owners give up on their dreams because that high paying client never comes or doesn't come soon enough. It is like your paid client is coming. It's just the matter of your patience. So can you please walk us through your entrepreneurial journey, how it
Yeah.
was like for you?
Yeah, so before I started the coaching program, I'd been on YouTube for a little bit over a year. I'm almost at 2 years now. And that along with the podcast kind of helped. I had built up good value and or not good, what is it, goodwill. And I had only done courses by then, which were like low ticket, a couple $100 maybe here and there. And I had never presented my audience an offer like that, even though even though I could pretty certainly say that there is like if you look deep enough, you'd probably find a few people who'd be willing to pay. It's just the offer was never presented to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, I joined your program and basically helped me build the program from scratch because I hadn't ever really thought about it. I was just thinking the course route in terms of monetizing what I had built.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really really incredible. So also I know you were able to propel to your success. Well, first of all, like you were very coachable, right? Like I tell you what to do, like, hey, go do live stream, you go do live stream. hey, implement this sales tactic, you go and implement this sales tactic. You were very, very coachable, and you were doing the work. So,
Mhm.
um, also, I would like to ask you what level of support you're getting inside of the coaching program, because a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are like, I personally am cautious of business coaching and coaching in general, because way too often I would commit to something and I would not get the level of support, the level of access that I really need. So, what was your
Mhm.
experience?
Yeah, so my experience, I got all the access that you mentioned I would get, right, when I joined the program. Like we had our weekly calls, and yeah, you were always there for those. And whatever questions I had, you were able to answer. And then if I ever needed any further assistance, I could always just message you, and you would always get back to me with the response, or telling me, oh, you should go check this out. This might be helpful, and yeah, things like that.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And also, it's even when I like also how your brain works, because I remember we were working on one methodology for launching, right? And the methodology that I'm using, it's live stream launches, right? And
Yeah,
I utilize the challenger model launch in a way where you tackle the assumptions when you strategically educate people. And lives, oh, the masterclass lives is something that this is this is new, this is something that I'm
yeah.
experimenting with, because like, if you like, Eugene, you never taught me how to do master classes for 5 days in a row, so like, WTF, like, this is something new that I'm testing right now. um also, another thing, when you look at your business, right, you have like three phases. You have messaging phase. When you show up, nobody raises their hand, nobody wants to work with you, like crickets, right? This is the messaging phase. But like,
Mhm.
then probably over 90 days, people start raising hands and people start booking sales calls with you. And your messaging is working. And phase number three is actually conversion phase, and it's probably one of the hardest one, because like, how do you handle sales conversations? And uh what I struggle with personally with a lot of coaching programs, that there's a video how to do high sales coaching calls, or high ticket sales, right, like the sales
Mhm.
conversation, but it never works as well as they say. Or like, maybe I say something wrong. And what I noticed for me, what works really, really well is when I actually train with my coach and do role plays. So, what can you say about the sales training, the role plays that we had, and how was
Oh,
it helpful for you?
yeah. So the role plays are always going to be great, especially when you're starting off doing sales. Because I mean, I'm a developer, and I never had a sales job, never did anything sales related. And I had to consume some content on it, so I had some knowledge, but I had never, it was just theory, right? I never put it into practice until I launched the program, and there, there I was just stumbling and fumbling all over the place. But it was really good because you have to get your reps, right? And then
Mhm.
going through the what do you call it, the sales, what do you call it, like the sales training.
Yes.
Yeah, the doing those, like the one-on-ones, was really helpful, because then you could kind of you because these scenarios you can end up in these scenarios and like in an actual sales call, and then you can kind of refer back to it and kind of better know how to maneuver.
Yeah, like what, like, I remember when we were talking on the sales training, and I asked like, well, like, so what the prospect? So like, well, I need to think about it. Like, so my prospect is thinking about it. Like, and how did you respond? Like, I said, yeah, sure. Like, this is not an objection. Like,
Mm.
there's a deeper reason why your customer says, I need to think about it. And
Mm.
it, like, it's our initial instinct, like, oh, like, customers say no, or like, not right now, I'm not ready, it's too expensive, right? Our initial instinct, well, they're not ready to buy. But it's really uncovering their fears and really really coaching them through their fears. It's not convincing anybody to buy your services. It's like, okay, but what is it? Like, you don't trust yourself? You don't think I can deliver the service? You think it's like too complicated? Again, don't not believing in yourself and stuff like that. Also, speaking of sales goals, right? I'm honestly a little bit jealous of you because do you recall on average how many sales calls, how many consultations you would get requested like after like start doing your launch, start putting your content out there? Do you remember on average?
think I did 50 in a month.
Wow, wow, 50, 50 in a month. Listen, like I don't do 50 sales calls in a month. So this is
It
why
was
I'm a little
draining.
jealous of you.
It was,
Like
yeah, it was
50, listen, 50 sales calls in a month, it gives you reps and also like it's a evidence that your messaging is working. It's
mm,
a evidence that your messaging is working. Um so and also, as entrepreneurs, right? We live lives and life sometimes is lifing, and I'm not going to go into details, but when there are moments, maybe in your personal life, and maybe where you don't feel like going like as far or as hard because, like family stuff, personal stuff does happen. And I think this is where this is where you want to make sure that you are in a room where you can fall back and say, hey, this is something is happening in my life. This is why I'm not showing up. Or like, can you coach me through that? Can you walk me through that? So what can you say to that?
what can I say to that? In regards to what, like, yeah,
Yeah,
what do you
like
mean? What?
the support, like if something, like let's say, like something is personal happening, and like this is probably where you need the support from your coach the most.
Mhm.
Like where like
Oh, I see.
it, yeah,
Yeah.
like how was that
Mhm.
experience?
Yeah, because life will always happen to everyone, right? No matter
Yes.
what you're trying to, yeah, no matter what you're doing. And being able to have somebody who's there and has they've already done what you're trying to do, and of course they've life has happened to them too, right? Because life happens to everybody, right? So they can kind of help guide you and assist you and provide like some support that
And
you
also,
otherwise would not have, right? If you didn't have like a coach, then you kind of just be by yourself, like going at it alone.
yeah, because like I remember our like very recent calls is like, hey, like life was like beating me in the nuts with the wall, with the brick stone wall, like, and this is how it felt like that. And also, like hearing that from your mentor that like, hey, this is how I'm going through similar experiences. This is what helped me. This is like why I keep showing up, and like it doesn't look like I went through hell and some, like just like in
Mm,
a couple of months or a couple of
mm,
months ago. So, but like this is like really having that support because I personally appreciate when my mentors and my coaches would go forth and say, "Hey, like I didn't make what I wanted to make. I didn't make what I planning to make. This is how I'm mitigating the risk." Because it's entrepreneurship, like risks will always happen. Yeah, I really appreciate you being here. And like, who would you recommend this program for?
who would I recommend this program for? If anyone's out there who's looking to build their high ticket coaching or interested in getting into high ticket coaching, I would definitely recommend you guys to join UG's program.
Yeah, yeah. Like um I've been blessed to work with so many beautiful clients, and you and Donovan, you both are building like mentor high ticket mentorship programs, and like I don't know, like honestly, strictly off the record, I don't think they're that high ticket. It's so reasonable in comparison to boot camps that are out there. Like I don't know what the people's issues are.
Mhm.
So like my personal thing, um and also like I just started working with an amazing client who is a brand strategist, right? And like guiding brands, guiding people to like their marketing strategy. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely kudos to you too, because again, like I've been into like what, three coaching programs. I promise you, not many people get 50 calls like per month. Like not many, like literally not many people in, like
Mhm.
no matter if they're training with a like big name coach or not so big name coach, or like not, people don't have 50 calls per month. And this is incredible. So like that's why I jumped with you so fast on um the sales training, because
Mhm.
I wanted you to have more
Yeah.
conversion, like higher conversion rate. So like thank you so much for coming in. Like
Mhm.
let me see if there, like if there are questions for us on LinkedIn. I know, like I don't know, today technology was acting weird, acting strange. Tomorrow we're going to talk about high ticket sales framework and high ticket sales conversation. So join me tomorrow if you have a high ticket offer, if you have a high ticket service, and you're thinking about how to improve your sales, how to shorten your sales cycle, how to improve your sales conversations. And we're going to talk more about like sales training and what is working, what is not working, how to handle objections, all that beauty sales. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And Jason, again, thank you so much for being a great client, for being coachable, and for supporting me, for being on the show with me. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye, y'all.